Hey y'all, it's Ashley Bookish Realm and I am here with another video. Today is December 15th. See, I'm about to screw this. All this pre-filming thing is really throwing me for a loop. So I was about to just really screw all that up. But essentially, so what is going on right now is that I don't know why I'm talking like that. First of all, I'm gonna do a 5-star prediction video. I've seen a lot of these and I think they're really cool, so I thought, oh, why not do 5-star predictions? So I have 5 books that I think are going to be 5 stars for me. And this was really difficult for me because I have stopped really giving out 5 stars like that. A book really has to touch my soul. I mean, snatch my soul out of my whole body in order for me to consider it to be a 5 stars. So I think these books can do some soul snatching. Like, I'm like a 90% sure they're gonna snatch my soul. So let's go ahead and get to them. The first one that I have here, this hunk of a book which could possibly kill somebody, and that is like almost 800 pages, is The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. And this is the second book in the first Mistborn trilogy. And the reason why I chose this for a 5-star prediction is that the first book, Mistborn or The Final Empire, depending upon what edition you have, I gave 5 stars too because I really enjoyed it and it was so dynamic. It was a long book, but Brandon Sanderson has a way of writing that it doesn't make it feel as long, and it's just enjoyable. So much action, such intense and beautiful world building that I absolutely loved it. So I can't really say that that I would be surprised if this was another 5-star book. I actually would be surprised if it wasn't 5 stars. And I had to put it down because that bad boy was hurting my hands. And it doesn't look big, but this is a big book. This is a really big book. But I think that this is going to get another 5 stars to follow up its predecessor. The next one I have is actually a bit of a surprise. It's The Ancient Magus Bride by Corey Yamazaki. And I put this as a 5-star read because I absolutely adore the anime. I think the anime is great. So, of course, the anime came from the manga. So I am hoping that I like the actual textual version, because sometimes what ends up happening in some situations is that the anime could be phenomenal and the manga is just no good. It just because it was truly meant to be in just a visual art form, as in like TV, as opposed to a paper art form. So because I've seen the anime, I think this will be a 5 stars, but we'll see if it'll read like the anime does. Because I feel like someone told me that it doesn't completely read the way that the anime transpires, but I don't know. We'll see. The next one that I have here is The Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan. The only excuse that I have for not having read this book yet is that I am rereading the entire Percy Jackson and the Olympians and the entire Percy Jackson and the Heroes of Olympus series, just so I can get a refresher to get to this book. Because it's been a while since I've read all of them, and while I do remember the gist of what happens at the end of the Blood of Olympus, and what happens at the Blood of Olympus that leads to this book, I just want a refresher character-wise, because there's a lot of junk that goes on in the Blood of Olympus that bleeds into the Trials of Apollo. So, and this is the first one, the Hidden Oracle. Like maybe I said it, I don't remember if I said it or not. But I don't want to even tell you anything about this book, because if you haven't read the Blood of Olympus or the Heroes of Olympus series at all, this is going to be a complete spoiler. So I don't want to do that to anyone. So yeah, I think it's going to be 5 stars because I think I gave either in between 4, 4.5, or 5 stars to every book in the Blood of Olympus. And I absolutely love Rick Riordan. I love the world that he has created. So once again, I would be surprised if I'm disappointed by this one, especially because I like the character in this one. I think he's funny. The next book that I have here that I'm actually aiming to finish before the end of the year is Pride by E.B. Boy, and this is the same author of American Streets. I loved American Street. I can't remember if I gave it 4.5 and 5 stars when I read it because it's been a little over a year since I've read that book, but I really, really enjoyed it. I only had one criticism, and I felt that she tried to tackle too many issues at one time in American Street, which is why that's why I didn't give it a 5 stars. But her writing is beautiful. Her storytelling is just amazing, and she's remixing one of my favorite classic books, and that's Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. So this could either go two ways, okay? So this could either be really, really good, and I could really appreciate the fact that she did kind of like an Afro-Latina or Latino remix to Pride and Prejudice, or this could go really, really bad and she does not capture the beauty of Pride and Prejudice while incorporating it into a different scene. So I will let you guys know about this one sooner than later, because this is one that I probably will pick up next after I finish what I'm currently reading. And the last book on my list is Akata Witch by Nnedi Okorafor, and this is so sad that I haven't read this book yet, y'all. It is so sad. I have only read one book by her, and it was Binti, and Binti was phenomenal. Like, I loved Binti. It's just a short novella, but it's a science fiction and partly fantasy novella that was amazing. I actually need to get the other two in this trilogy, but if you've never read her work before, you need to check it out because she's amazing, and I just can't believe I have not read this yet. I have heard nothing but good things about this, and this is a Nigerian inspired fantasy. So this actually came out before Children of Blood and Bone, which is also a Nigerian inspired fantasy. So I want to go back to this one because I feel like Akata Witch does not get enough appreciation and enough love, and I think that Okorafor is just a beautiful, gifted writer, and she's amazing. I follow her on Twitter. I think she's amazing, and I really want to read her stuff. I really need to get to this, and it's not incredibly long. Yeah, it's not incredibly long. I mean, it's long, but it's like, you know, young adult long. Not, I mean, big spacing between the lines and stuff like that. So this is definitely one for next year. I need to get through this Akata Witch and Akata Warrior next year, and I think that because of how much I like Binti, I think I'm gonna give this one 5 stars. Hands down, I think this is gonna be a 5-star read. Alright, y'all, so those are 5 books that I think I'm gonna give 5 stars to. I have become a little bit more critical when it comes to my rating and giving stars. Like I said, in order for me to give a book 5 stars, it really has to snatch my soul. So we will see how I feel about these books. Now, the only one that I think you probably won't see anytime soon is The Trials of Apollo, The Hidden Oracle, because I have so many other books to make it through before I can even think about touching that one. Alright, y'all, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content from me, click the subscribe button and also hit the bell for notifications. If you're interested in following me on social media, all of my links will be down in the description box below. As always, we have made it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Tomorrow will be the 15th, which is 10 days till Christmas. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Alright, y'all, I'll be up with another video tomorrow. Bye.